High-tech workers are in high demand, but Ohio companies big and small are struggling to fill positions. Coming up on Ohio Means Business, a closer look at a skills gap affecting the IT industry. Plus, navigating Wall Street's wild ride, how companies can help employees protect their retirement plans. Ohio Means Business on ONN. Presented by The Ohio State University, Ohio State University's Fisher College of Business, The Ohio State University Comprehensive Cancer Center, James Cancer Hospital, and Soloff Research Institute, and The Ohio State University Medical Center.
Thanks for joining us for Ohio Means Business. I'm Mike Kallmeyer. While many jobs are hard to come by these days, you won't find a shortage of openings in the IT industry. Companies' increased reliance on technology has resulted in a big jump in the number of tech jobs, but the supply of skilled workers isn't keeping up demand. On this episode, we look at the IT skills gap in Ohio. But first, we go inside one of Ohio's fastest growing tech companies, Bluemile, and learn how it's providing a critical resource for today's businesses. Also ahead, we'll go inside new research examining the skills gap in the IT industry in Central Ohio. And later, we change gears and talk about how companies can help employees protect their retirement benefits despite Wall Street's rocky ride. Well, the internet has transformed how companies do business, so staying connected is critical now more than ever. And that's a key component behind Bluemile. The New Albany-based company provides computing power to clients without the worry or added cost of maintaining a tech infrastructure. In fact, the co-founders of Bluemile consider themselves a power company for computing. And they are here now to give us a view from the top. We welcome Michael Marlowe and Jamie Busick of Bluemile to the program. Gentlemen, thank you. We appreciate it. I like the tagline, I guess, to your company, Power Company in Computing. And Michael, what does that mean to you, and what do you do at Bluemile?
Well, Bluemile is, since the beginning, when Jamie and I got together, the whole purpose behind Bluemile is we see infrastructure in technology as the new utility. So for us, it's the equivalent of electricity. Somehow, electricity is vital for every piece of our life and every piece of business, and technology is no different. It should just be a function of not of a concern of whether it'll work or whether it's secure, just another utility device that a business can use at its disposal.
Jamie, much like a power company, businesses absolutely have to have this these days to be a real business, right?
Yeah, I mean, the generation of local computing on sites going away, the economy cratering like it did has forced companies to reevaluate how they're going about it. The need hasn't changed, just the capital available to them has changed. So for us, we kind of fill in a gap. We're allowing these companies to take advantage of the highest end technology at a more affordable rate by spreading the cost out across many companies.
Well, tell me how this got started. You guys are young guys. This is what, just a couple years ago, or what's the timeline of this when you guys first conceived this idea?
Well, 2006 is when Bluemile got started, and Jamie and I were friends before starting the company.
Okay.
For us, we always had that big picture idea of making technology an automated function. So every step in our development has been that goal. For us, we were cloud before it was cloud. Cloud is that awful word that nobody really knows what it means, and for us, it just means easy use. It's another outsourced function for a business. So every step of our development, every year, we made one big key acquisition which added to the product and added to the growth. And we've been able to leverage physical assets. We have our own data center downtown. We have fiber in the ground. We're the largest owner of carrier-neutral fiber in Central Ohio. Our network goes to places like New York, Atlanta, and Los Angeles, where we have a wholesale business. We interact with carriers all over the world at those central locations. And so we've taken all that capacity and all that access to the world, and we give that back to the region. So for us, along the way, we've been able to reach out to different economic development leadership folks in Central Ohio and say, hey, if you're connected to Bluemile, you're really connected to the rest of the world.
Jamie, was there, in the last 4 or 5 years, was there a turning point in your mind? You mentioned, and Michael mentioned a number of successes, but was there one particular turning point, or was it just a progression of success?
Really, I mean, I think it goes back to our methodology as to how we run the business. We don't we don't claim to be the experts in all areas, and what we do is we seek out talent in a given area, and then we try to either acquire the talent or partner with the talent to grow. So we did that back in '08, where we picked up a group out of Rochester, New York, hired them on for their expertise in their wholesale business, and that business kind of exploded. We did the same thing with the cloud infrastructure, and we hired a team in that were experts in the field, and then we're experiencing the same kind of growth.
A little bit later in the show, we're going to talk about that gap in the IT jobs. Demand is a little bit more than supply right now, you could say it. Do you guys agree with that? Do you see that there is, you need some more kids, I guess, interested in the IT world, right?
Yeah, the IT world, it's a wonderful business because it's always reinventing itself.
Right.
So whatever the widget is that we're selling next year, there's a new, better version, and sometimes it's something you can't see. So for us, our business planning, we're always allowing for change. We're allowing for improvement, and so it's a function of being prepared for market changes and creating them ourselves instead of prediction.
Very specifically, I mean, we have done a lot of recruiting out of region. We have trouble finding the people in region, and it goes back to what the kids are learning in college and school. I mean, it's very glamorous to be a business person or a marketing person or a communications person, all that stuff, and all those functions are needed too, but we don't have enough mathematicians and scientists and engineers being created, and a lot of that talent is being done overseas, and we can't recruit from China to get them to come here. So we need more of that in the schools, and it's really creating a shortage for us.
And when you say out of region, you just don't mean out of Ohio, but actually out of the United States?
Yeah, we're globally recruiting.
What's final question, final few seconds, Michael? What's the future hold? This is just exploding, isn't it?
Yeah, future is bright, exciting, and a lot of fun for us. We're very into not just creating financial value, but a culture. And our culture is a major focus for Jamie and I, and one of the critical key elements that we're proud of in our company.
All right. Guys, thanks for joining us. Bluemile, cool company, and two very informative gentlemen here, Michael Marlowe and James Busick, the co-founders of Bluemile. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coming up on Ohio Means Business, the IT skills gap and how Central Ohio plans to keep up with the demand for information technology workers. Also ahead, Ohio State MBA students face off in a unique real-time trading competition. And an expert on retirement benefits explains how employers are trying to help their employees navigate through Wall Street's rough patch.
Welcome back to Ohio Means Business. Ohio cities like Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati are seeing growth in IT-related jobs, but filling those positions has become a challenge. At this Tech Connect Ohio job fair, it's not the applicants doing the pitching.
Believe it or not, the employment situation for people that work in IT is pretty good.
It's the companies instead.
Finding good people right now is definitely hard to do.
Companies like Oxford Consulting.
We're typically looking for people in the software development areas or systems administrators, network engineers. We tend to have very specific technical skills that we're looking for, so we want to see some proven experience in certain areas.
But that's part of the problem. There just aren't enough qualified workers to choose from, and the demand is expected to rise in the future.
The technology jobs are extremely hot right now because all the companies, as we talked about, are trying to streamline their operations, create efficiencies, and build new and unique technologies.
Central Ohio is taking action to bridge this IT skills gap. One way is by encouraging people to consider a career in information technology.
We're trying to find people that have good skills, have a good background, maybe even a bachelor's or a master's degree, but they don't have technology skills of one type or another. And we're trying to find funding in other ways to get them trained and turn them back into the workforce.
Tech Columbus conducted a 4-month analysis of Central Ohio's IT community. The goal was to identify the growth rate of IT jobs, the replacement rate for jobs, and the mix of needed jobs and skills. Joining us to go inside the research now, Tim Haynes, Vice President of Member Services and Marketing at Tech Columbus, and Guru Vasudeva, CTO at Nationwide Insurance. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Tim, I'll start with you. there's a need out there for IT jobs. That's a good and a bad thing, I guess. Trying to fill them is a challenge, but it's good that they're out there, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what we're seeing today with all the information technology around is really amazing. We have iPhones, we have the internet. Everything is driving more advancements in technology at companies like Nationwide and others here in the region.
Guru, you're at Nationwide, and by the way, you hear this every day of your life, I know, but you have the perfect name because you are the guru there, right?
As I said earlier, my parents had high expectations.
Yeah, so they named you Guru.
Yes.
So what's your thoughts on the jobs that are out there? There is still a need, a steady need, as you say, at Nationwide for IT jobs.
That's right. I mean, you know, in a business like ours, where we rely so much on information and technology for everything that we do, we automate all the processes and how customers interact with us. So there is a huge amount of reliance on technology, and for all our strategic projects, there is a huge component of that gets done by technology. So our demand has been steady and we are projected to be steady for a long time to come.
Yeah. Now, one of the only hitches to all of this is that there's not, the demand is high, maybe the supply is a little bit off. Tim, tell us what you do with Nationwide and the other companies and how the study works, then we'll get into the study a little bit.
Well, Tech Columbus is an organization that works with the IT community here in Central Ohio, and through conversations that we had, we got the sense that there was a real issue in terms of gaps in skills in IT. And instead of just guessing, we said, let's go study it. And so we worked with the CIO community, we worked with a research firm here in the region, and we worked with Columbus State. They were our partner in this project to go out and study the issue. And what we found there were some real skills gaps in the region, in technology areas, but also in business skills and in soft skills, like communication skills, leadership skills, teamworking skills.
And in Guru, I know you have a number of pie charts in front of you and a lot of information, but if you could break it down as simply, what is the main problem?
Yeah, you know, this is a broad, region-wide topic, right? We were experiencing this gap from nationwide perspective, that this study confirms that the issue is true for the region at large. What we have seen is 30% increase in net new jobs between 2006 and 2010, according to the study. We anticipate that 23,500 new or replacement jobs will become available between now and 2016. So it's a huge number of opportunities out there.
Yeah, that's a great sign to see that multiple thousands of jobs that are needed.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and in this environment, it's hard to believe when you have unemployment where it is that there are this many jobs out there, but they really are out there, and we need to do more to create awareness for the need, and hopefully that draws more people, more supply into filling those positions.
A couple interesting points you made is you're just not looking for an IT person, but with business acumen too. There's so much more to it. I think maybe that is part of the problem anyway, right?
That absolutely. You know, you're working within a business.
Sure.
And a business is serving the needs of customers, and you're working in big organizations where there's a team of people that have to work together. So those softer skills, those business skills are really important to being successful.
Okay, so having said that, Guru, I'll start with you. What do we do to fix this? The study is a good base to kind of learn about what exactly the problem is. Now, where do we go from here to fix it?
Yeah, you know, the study shows that some jobs are at more demand or short supply than others, right? So we know application development type of jobs with deep Java skills and .NET type of skills is in high demand. It'll continue to be there, okay? The other is project management skills. Third is around architecture. Fourth is around security, right? These are the ones that we found to be in high demand and short supply. So I think there is a multifaceted way we need to go as a region to go about fixing it, including sending a message to people that are entering the workforce that not all jobs are going to India. Or China, right? These kind of jobs are embedded in how we do business. They are not, you know, what we have found, at least in Nationwide, is when we really put the business people people who are building the applications and the developers all together in one room, they can actually produce higher quality product faster and better and cheaper, right? So we believe that there is a room for offshore work. At the same time, there is a lot of need, sustained demand for that type of work here in the region.
And Tim, final few seconds. It's a collaborative effort. The companies just can't do it alone. They need people like you, right?
Right, and the solution, a big part of the solution is just creating awareness for the issue. And if we can create awareness with parents and students that might be interested in getting into this field, with universities that provide the training, with staffing and recruiting companies that provide the talent that comes to companies, and then of course with the businesses as well. Those 4 areas, if we can create awareness and encourage them to do something to fill the need, it's going to be a much better situation in the future.
Yeah, and like we said, a good problem to have. So we want to thank you, gentlemen, Tim Haynes and Guru Wasadeva. Thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Coming up on Ohio Means Business, Ohio State MBA students test their trading skills against other top-ranked business schools in the nation. Plus, how employers can help employees juggle their retirement plans during Wall Street's wild ride.
Welcome back to Ohio Means Business. The world's economic uncertainty has kept even the most seasoned stock traders on their toes this year. It has also provided a unique learning experience for a group of MBA students at Ohio State's Fisher College of Business.
Logan Smith is the team leader for Ohio State's Fisher College of Business, and he joins us now. Logan?
Ohio State is one of 8 business schools selected to compete in CNBC's $1 Million Portfolio Challenge. The teams are put to the test using a virtual $1 million to trade stocks and exchange traded funds in real time.
This team was actually handpicked for their experience, so we actually complement each other very well. We bring in economic views and support that we have to back up our strategies and end up coming to a consensus at the end and trading appropriately.
The collaborative effort has helped the team steer through plenty of uncertainty in the markets.
It is extremely hard right now to know what the market is going to be doing, so we try to guess with